Good morning. Hayom Yom, Beis Iyar, the 17th day of the Eimer. So today, Beis Iyar is the birthday of the 5th Chabad Rebbe, the Rebbe Maharash. And the date of his birth that is given here in Hayom Yom is Beis Iyar, 1833. Now that is very, very interesting because in most of our sources, including in Sefer Hatoldos, which is a biography on the Rebbe Maharash that the Rebbe himself wrote, the date of his birth is given as Beis Iyar, 1834, 1 year later. And then even closer to home, in this very book of Hayom Yom, in the introduction to Hayom Yom, there is a brief biographical sketch on each of the Chabad Rebbeim. And the Rebbe himself wrote these biographies. And in the biographical sketch of the Rebbe Maharash, the date of his birth is given as Beis Iyar 1834, not 1833. And the Rebbe once addressed this discrepancy, and he wrote that there is a clear source in the Frierdiker Rebbe which states that the Rebbe Maharash was born in the year 1833. But then he suggested that perhaps what the Frierdiker Rebbe meant is that the Rebbe Maharash's conception took place in 1833, but his actual birth might have taken place in 1834. But regardless, over here in Hayom Yom, the birthday is simply given as 1833. Now, in the rest of the Hayom Yom, the Rebbe tells us a very interesting story about the Rebbe Maharash. The Tzemach Tzedek, the 4th Chabad Rebbe, so once a month, he would go to the cheder, he would go to the elementary school, and he would test the boys over there. He would test them on what they were learning. And most of the boys in the cheder were actually his own relatives, but he would go and test them on what they had been studying, and afterwards he would give them money as a gift, as a reward. And it says that the Rebbe Maharash would save up his money and use it to buy Sfarim, to buy Jewish books. And when the Rebbe Maharash was 7 years old, it came the day of the test, and the Tzemach Tzedek was testing all the boys, and then he tested his son, the Rebbe Maharash, and the Rebbe Maharash did so well, he was so impressive, that the teacher who was standing there and watching couldn't contain himself, and he said to the Tzemach Tzedek, he said, "Ha, was sagt macht gut," which means, isn't he marvelous? Hasn't he done marvelously? And the Tzemach Tzedek responded to him, he said, is it surprising when Tiferes Shebitiferes is fantastic, is marvelous, is impressive? Is it surprising when someone born under the energy of Tiferes Shebitiferes is so impressive? And what that means is that throughout human history, many different people have proposed all different kinds of theories about how many human emotions there are. But Kabbalah tells us that there are generally 7 primal human emotions. And each of these 7 general primal human emotions can be further broken down into 7 variations, or 7 shades, which gives us a total of 49 human emotions, 7 times 7. And these 49 human emotions represent the totality of human emotion. Now, obviously, you can get even more nuanced, and each of these 49 could be broken further down into another 7 variations of each of the 49, and that can go ad infinitum to every possible shade and nuance of human emotion, but generally there's 49 human emotions. And one of these 7 general categories, one of the 7 general human emotions is known as Tiferes. And one of the 7 variations within Tiferes is also called Tiferes. So that emotion is called Tiferes Shebitiferes. Tiferes within Tiferes, or absolute Tiferes. And what Tiferes means, what absolute Tiferes means, so the actual word means harmony or beauty or peace. So someone who feels Tiferes very strongly, someone who feels the emotion of Tiferes very strongly, someone who has that energy within them, in their personality, would be someone who sees the beauty in everything and everyone around them, is in harmony with the world around them, is very at peace with themselves and the world around them. And it actually says in Kabbalah that the human emotion of Tiferes is the human heart reflecting how Ein Sof, the infinite divine light, perceives reality, perceives the world. And its perspective is being reflected in the human heart, and that's why you're so at peace with the world. But in any event, this is the emotion of Tiferes. Now, each of the 49 days of Tzefirus HaEimer, the time period from Pesach to Shavuos, so each of those 49 days, each of those days contains the energy of and embodies the energy of one of these 49 emotions, one of these 49 energies. And a baby born on each day will be greatly influenced by the emotional energy of that day. And the emotional energy of today, of Beis Iyar, is Tiferes Shebitiferes, absolute Tiferes. And the Rebbe Maharash was born today on Beis Iyar. So the Tzemach Tzedek was saying, is it surprising that a baby born today on Tiferes Shebitiferes, a baby that was blessed with the powerful influence and the powerful energy of Tiferes Shebitiferes, is it surprising when such a baby is impressive? When such a person is such an incredibly amazing person? Have a wonderful, wonderful day.